Hello, Peter. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
It's cold and wet and rainy here. It makes me long for somewhere hot, dry, and dusty, which ironically plays in very well with tonight's scenario.
Really? So, what about tonight's scenario is hot, dry, and
Well,
dusty?
it's all about setting, you see, because where we left our young Caesar at the Battle of what was it, Zula, Zima, whatever it was, where we left him in the Middle East, he had just spent several months, or 5 days, vanquishing the forces that assailed him there, and he's finally able to return to Rome. He brings the remainder of his army back to the city of Rome, and he spends a little bit of time there initially not putting down, but helping ease some flaring tempers. Lots of little domestic issues, squabbling and whatnot, and Caesar uses some of his cachet to bring the cooler heads about, and things relax, the tension falls. However, he's still got those little issues with all of the remainder of Pompey's forces, off in Hispania and what we're going to talk about tonight in northern Africa. So once again, it's time to rally the troops, bring them back together, and that was part of the issue. Was he has many weary war veterans who feel like it's time for them to just hang it up and retire. But he calls them once again, and this time he heads to North Africa by way of Sicily. He will spend some time in Sicily building up the forces and the cavalry that he'll need to mount an invasion force towards northern Africa. So Caesar organizes 12 legions to join with him in Sicily. Very cleverly, he puts in charge of these legions a member of the Scipio family, with the thought process being that no Scipio has ever lost in Africa. Unfortunately, he doesn't have 12 legions. He's got 4 of them that are already predisposed to some other campaigning, but he does have 6 there in Sicily with him that are ready to go. Puts them on transports, and they spend 3 or 4 days. They actually left on what we would consider Christmas Day, the 25th of December, 45. They head across and they land through storms, scattered all up and down the North African coast. This was problematic because after they landed, he only had 3,000 infantry and about 150 cavalry. So logistics were already severely impacted by the storms. One of the omens that I forgot to mention was when Caesar actually landed after these storms, and superstition is already high. As Caesar's getting off the boat, he does a face plant. He just goes right down into the sand. Bam! Before anyone can look and assume that this is some kind of ill omen, Caesar plays it to his advantage. He actually grabs 2 handfuls of sand, and he rises up and he turns to his men and he says, "Africa, I have you in my hands." So he turned what could have been a Gerald Ford moment into a very positive optic. The small force lands outside of Hadrumetum on the North African coast, and his intention is to lay siege to that city, but he's immediately confronted by some forces from we use the term Optimates, which we haven't used in a long time, but this is still that force that belonged to Pompey. It's the upper crust. Their cavalry arrives, and they force Caesar to retreat back to the city of Ruspina. And this wasn't so bad because it allowed him to form a base of operations right there on the coast, and a lot of his scattered forces were able to rally at this point here. After a few days, the remainder of the forces arrive, and he has enough forces constituted at this point that he can once again go on the offensive. He takes them out, then meets in the field outside of Ruspina his old legate, Titus Labienus, whom we've seen also in the battles under Pompey previously. Now, as we remember, Titus had thrown in with Pompey, defected, depending on what your perspective is. He was still quite the cavalryman, and in this case he's got a significant force of not only the Optimates cavalry, but a strong contingent of the Numidian forces that were still in use, because remember we had King Juba who was supporting all of the Optimates there in northern Africa. So this is a pretty hefty force that's facing Caesar. So on the 4th of January in 46, that's when our battle will take place. Caesar takes his forces out on a foraging mission, and this is about 9,000 legionaries. So he has the strength of numbers of the infantry, but we're going to see that the Optimates and the Numidian contingent, they're going to have the strength of cavalry. So this is going to be a very distinct battle between foot soldiers and horsemen. About 3 miles out from Ruspina, they spot the other forces. Caesar begins to rally his troops together into a stand for battle, and he actually sends for the minuscule cavalry that he has, and he brings up some archers, which we actually see here. And this is the way they will align for battle to start. Labienus, on the other hand, is going to have the 8,000 Numidian cavalry that we talked about, plus he's going to have his own mixture of Gallic and Germanic cavalry that have been with him for quite a while, and that's about 1,600. So he's got close to 10,000 horsemen just ready to swoop down onto Caesar. And of course, since Labienus knows Caesar's tactics, he actually does something which we would consider surprising. In this formation here, he draws his line of battle as far left and right as he can, and he puts his lights there in the middle with archers and cavalry there on the flanks so that they can rain missile fire and potentially envelop Caesar's foot soldiers there in the center. And it starts out pretty effectively. The Numidians manage to rout Caesar's small cavalry force there that we see, the medium cavalry. They are immediately taken out of the equation here. And of course we're then followed up by all of that missile fire. They just kept a constant barrage of firing upon the foot soldiers as much as possible. And then, once again, this is where we see a moment of optics. Labienus actually rides his horse directly right up into the front of the 10th Legion there. You know, he's making a show of, I don't know, the fact that he can taunt them. And a member of the Legion actually throws his pilum right at the horse and kills it, and just takes Labienus right to the ground. And of course that legionnaire gets the last laugh. He, growls at him, "I'll teach you for attacking us. The 10th is attacking you back." And it embarrasses Labienus in front of his line that can see all this happening. And it actually causes some of them to be a little shaken by the fact that their leader has been dropped so easily. But they weren't the only ones. Certainly Caesar's forces, realizing that they're surrounded on all sides by these very adept cavalrymen, Caesar actually extends his battle line as long as he can, left and right, and he has every second cohort of men turn around to face the cavalry coming from the flanks and from the rear, so that way they've got all eyes on these surrounding forces. And that's when they commence to throwing their own pila at the Optimates cavalry, and that causes them to scatter, to which then Caesar uses that opportunity. He seizes the moment, grabs the initiative, and he launches a counterattack directly on all sides back at these units. So I think that's what our formations here are showing, with Caesar having this cluster of the legions and the cohorts all massed together in these two groups, so that no matter how the cavalry are approaching, they can actually fight them from all flanks. And with this formation, Caesar manages, with that counterattack, to push the Optimates cavalry back over the hill. And tactically, this was a draw. I mean, on paper and historically, they consider this a defeat for Caesar because he was always in the underdog position. But both forces retreat back to their camps, totally exhausted. And again, they consider this a failure for Caesar because even though he was using this as a foraging party, ultimately he failed to gather supplies, which was their mission. And because they were repulsed and sent back to the camp, Caesar will use this as an opportunity to try to once again concentrate his forces. He will actually take the sailors off the boats and put pila into their hands and say, "You're infantry now." And because of all of what he saw with the effectiveness of the ranged combat from the light infantry on the Optimates side, he sets his army to work crafting javelin and slingshots and other small armed weapons that they can use to attack at range. In the aftermath of this, while they're preparing for the next series of confrontations, Scipio actually manages to bring his forces and merge with Caesar's, and then they prepare for the next engagement that we are going to see after this battle. And that is the setting of our battle here tonight. Once again, this is the Battle of Ruspina. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the War Council while I open it up here on my side?
Well, it looks like we have a pretty unique little battle tonight. We're only playing to 5 banners. We always know that those fights can be deceptive. Sometimes they go really quick. Sometimes they tend to drag out. The Romans are in interesting formation here against the Numidians. And Julius Caesar is here. So, of course, we'll have the Julius Caesar special rule. The Romans, the red blocks, will have their Julian Legion special rules in effect. The Numidians will not, obviously. And any Roman unit or leader that exits off to the Median side of the battlefield will count as one victory banner. Of course, when they exit, they're removed from the game. So this is another breakout scenario here as Caesar tries to extol his men to keep on fighting and break their way through. The Numidians will go first, so that'll be Patrick. So he'll have 5 command cards. Caesar, as always, with his tactical acumen, will have 6. Why don't you go ahead and gather your cards, and we'll see how things go.
As you indicated, whenever I open up the scenario and I see, 5 blocks, 4 blocks, I know, oh, geez, this is like a little, a testing scenario. It's a teachable moment. But with 5 and 6, I never know anymore how that's going to go for us. It's weird. We're going to see whether or not Titus Labienus, formerly Caesar's legate favorite, can extol his Numidian forces to break Caesar's line. This should be pretty interesting. Now, on paper, well, at least on commandsandcolors.net, this is very lopsided. We've seen that a couple times in some of the previous scenarios. So I'm always intrigued as to whether or not we can make that different. But
we will. We always do.
we always do.
Find a way to beat
but
the
look
odds.
at it. I mean, it's you've got heavies and mediums, and I've got lights. Lots of lights and little cavalry. All right. Let's do this then. Let's start with. Oh, and good luck to you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Good luck to you as well. Although in the past few weeks, I don't know if you need it anymore.
Maybe. We'll see. All right. So we'll do. We'll start with the move fire move because that always seems good. So,
that's not good.
All right. We got units in play here. So I think what we can do then is let's just do this whole front line and bring this one right to here, and then the rest of them will just fire from where they are. So we'll start on the Numidian right, and we will throw some spears and pepper the cavalry here. So 2 dice. Getting nothing. Another 2 dice.
Every color but.
Yeah. There we go. There's one.
Oh!
And the light cavalry will throw 1. Which you can ignore that, of course. Alright, and then this one will go to here. 2 dice. Nothing. And finally, 2 dice. Again, nothing. And now their subsequent move, they will go... Okay, I think that's good.
Okay. Order 3 in the center. Those 3. Some of that Julian speed to work there. Try and go after that light cavalry.
I think they'll stand.
All right. Here we go. 3 dice. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Here's 2 back. Nothing. All right. I think we'll activate our mounted now.
Mm.
And we'll do
know, it could be worse. It could be a mounted charge.
It could have been a mounted charge. This is true. All right, these guys are going to go back here.
Hey, where's he going?
He's going there. He's going to go...
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
There. Go there. Okay. We'll start with these medium cavalry against your medium cavalry. So 3 dice plus leader bonus. And wipe them out. They will advance and battle again. There with 3 dice plus leader. Getting 1 hit.
4 dice back with leader.
Oh, that's nice. Wiped him out. Alright. Labienus will attempt the same. Same target. 3 dice plus leader. 2 more.
And back at you. 1.
1 hit. Okay. Got our first leader check.
Ah, he's fine.
He is fine. Now, the question is, do I try to finish him with that? It does seem like I need to... Wow. Wow. He's only going to hit on that. I wanted that to go just a tad better. But you know what? Gotta risk it for the biscuit. Here's 2 dice looking for a triangle. Oh. 2, 3 hits. And that wipes him out. Oh, valiant but stupid. Alright. That could be a big difference in this one.
I mean, mounted combat in this game is always the wrong choice, right?
Right.
Okay. 2 in the center. Those 2.
Oh,
Going after Labienus.
I've wasted my life.
Here come 5 dice with a Centurion. Oh no!
Really?
What a whiff!
What a whiff. But did you hit Labienus? He lives. Okay. Alright then. So we get 3 dice back plus leader. We get 2 hits.
Okay.
And
Took more than they gave.
my leader check.
They're tired. They've been fighting for years.
That's right.
They're done. They just want to go home. You know, Caesar keeps dragging them to all these wars.
2 dice for unnamed centurion. Oh, close. We have a moment here. Okay. We will do a coordinated attack.
Oh. Oh dear. That's the best card you could play right now.
Do those 3. He's going to come here.
Yep. So close.
Okay, so we'll start over here with the medium cav on the light bow.
They have no choice but to stand.
Yes, 3 dice. Only 1 hit.
Attack back with 2.
Ooh.
Driving them away.
All right, so we'll do This one first against your mediums. Hoping you don't have a first strike. It's 3 dice plus leader. We'll advance. Move 1. Battle again against these heavies. Alright, 3 dice once again plus leader. A hit. The smackback could be worse. Here's 2 dice for the leader. He's fine. Yeah. Yep. Well, Patreus is unhorsed.
Well, he's rue the day he dared attack this unnamed centurion. He's fine.
He's fine. Alright, go back to there. Alright, then Labienus, seeing his comrade flee by him, will attempt to finish this heavy with 3 dice plus leader. He does. Bam, bam, bam. And here's 1 die for the leader. The leader is fine. Yes, better to let them come to us. So we are done.
Oh, that was terrible. There's light troops. Let fly. Volley. Loose. Ooh.
Shake it off. Going to activate our medium troops. Let's start with this. 3 dice.
That's what you wanted.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is. They will...
Yep. Time to go all in.
Well, that's the question, though. Can I do it? Can he do it? That's 6 dice with leader. Yeah, I gotta try. So, here's 3 dice plus leader. 2 hits and a retreat.
Well, halfway there.
Alright, so 2 hits and
But
a
those
retreat.
are 2 hits and a retreat that you gotta take.
That is fine. 1, 2, 3. And then Labienus will attempt to finish 3 dice plus leader. And that will do. Wow.
All the right cards, too. Like right now, I am sitting on a handful of 2 right units, 3 right units, 3 right units, heavy troops, medium troops.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I just hope to get 1 or 2 off on the left side and then just move that entire block as a unit. But
yeah,
nice use of cavalry tonight.
Thank you. That was all of what, 15 minutes, I think. So great little scenario. Definitely mobile. We will take a 5-minute break and we'll come back with round number 2. And we are back with round number 2. And let's
round number 2. Let's see if I can duplicate Patrick's success. Although, given the past few weeks, I don't know.
See, there you are. You're so superstitious, man.
It's not superstitious. It's observing a pattern.
Nah,
it's pattern recognition.
Anything can happen.
You've been doing great this month.
Well, I'm trying.
2022 is the year of Patrick.
Right.
Or not. This is a good hand.
Is it? See, now I think you're bluffing. All right, 6 cards for me.
This is a good
4,
hand.
5, 6. All right, I got 6 cards. Jolly 6 cards. Once again, as you lead off, good luck.
Good luck. Well, and then we'll just be those two. They will go pop, pop. Go after those bowmen.
Not my poor arrowmen. Shoot,
Two
arrowmen.
dice. Hey!
That's a hit. All right. Can they pull out those short daggers and strike back with 2? Getting nothing.
And 2 more dice. Boo.
2 back. Forcing a retreat. Huzzah! Well. Let's just go ahead and get it out of the way now. I have 1
All is lost.
medium cavalry. Oops. I have 1 medium cavalry. I will activate them. So they will go 1, 2, and 3. Quite foolhardy, but we shall see. Alright, so they will attack this light unit with 4 dice now. Let's see if they can force a couple retreat.
Hold on, man.
Getting 2 hits.
Phew.
Nothing at all.
They were demoralized. No one expects to be attacked from the rear like that.
That's right. Alright, well, unfortunate. Probably spelling certain doom from Patreus, but maybe.
Nope, you're right. 3.
Yeah.
All right, 3 dice with your support.
Ooh,
Only 1.
Only 1. Now's your chance, men. 3 dice. Oh, just 1.
And 3 more dice from Patreus.
Ooh.
Only 1. Couldn't get the job done.
He could go all the way. 3 dice. Nothing.
Nothing. But I have a chance to sneak him off the board.
Indeed, yes. All right. So he will go 1 and off the board, giving me a block. Let's go. There we go. Okay. And that works.
Okay.
Over to you.
Two on the right. Again. Three dice on those mediums. Just 1.
Okay. 4 back with leader. Just 1. You're right. This is a very... They're so tepid and tired and just... It's a slap and tickle fight, really.
All right. Come on, Patras. There you go. 3 dice. You can do it. I believe.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we got 1, 2 retreats. Feeling lucky?
No.
Doing Inspired center leadership.
You do have an inspiring leader in the center.
I do. So they'll go there. And okay. So this unit moved one. He will attack your lights. What would they like to do?
They will wisely evade.
Okay, so here's 4 dice. Looking for green circles. Just getting 1. Okay, and then the light bow now. Take a shot at them. And we'll fire 2 arrows at them. Pew! Hitting them for 1. And that is all.
So those 4.
I guessed. Curious as to what you're going to do with that 1 block. That's what I thought you might do, but I was curious.
All right. Let's just start over here with the Atreus attacking those guys. 3 dice. Here we go. I'll take it.
2 hits. Hit.
And
Close. Very close.
close.
All right. 5 dice
Nice little
back.
shave on that horsehair helmet.
5 dice with leader bonus. 2 hits. And here's the leader check. He's fine.
Let's see if we can finish them off. Here we go. No! You whiffed. Maybe.
And you got 1 hit.
Got 1 hit. Let's see if we can get 2 hits out of it by attacking that leader. No.
Okay, so here's 5 back with leader. And we do get him.
Wow. Just the 1.
Just the 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right, over here on the right flank, this cavalry will attack medium infantry. 3 dice. Just 1.
Hit. Here's 4 back. Hit. And a punishing retreat.
Oh, 3 more dice.
Another hit.
So, our things have reversed. I'm rolling like you were rolling last year, where you're getting all those dice rolls where you're nickel and diamond stuff, but you never ever conceal the deal.
Yep.
And it gives you just enough wiggle room to hit back on ice and hard.
It's called the Soul Crusher.
Yes.
All right, here's 4 back.
Wow. Well, this will certainly pad the stats.
Maybe. Do a coordinated attack.
Yeah. Oh, and bold.
Okay, we'll start up here. I'll just throw 1 pila. 1 die.
Here.
Nothing.
Did you blow it? Was that the blue triangle you needed? Over here on your left.
That's right. All right, so over here, Patreus. See if we can flush him out with 4 dice, plus leader bonus. And we do.
Well done.
All right. Well, here's a check on Patreus. He lives. Well, sir, that was that was a very brief evening. So, luckily for your plans, that went perfectly on time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad one thing went my way tonight.
So I think 10-3. You had 3 blocks in the first one. I think the magic numbers are appearing as if.
All I know is I lost.
It's okay. All I know is I'm making up a little bit of ground each and every week. I'm grinding it out, baby. Scrapping.
Now you're taking chunks.
Yeah, chunks. What do we think of this one? Since there's not much to it.
Not my favorite. Yeah, I'm not saying that because I lost. This one, it is a lucky draw and a short fight, which has its place, but certainly not, a good meaty fight that you can really sink your teeth into.
Right. I certainly like this one better than the Brindisi raid one, which we both kind of went, yeah, no. This one, at least, there's something to it. There's an opportunity or two, but it really just depends on how bold Labienus wants to be. So, I don't know.
And how lucky he rolls his dice.
Exactly. And Caesar didn't seem to play much of a factor in either game.
No. And maybe that's where I screwed up. Maybe I should have gone all the way.
I started to move him up in this one, as you saw, but things were already so heated on my left, your right, that it just seemed like that was more pressing. I had to take care of that because you and I were just chasing each other's flanks. I'm pleasantly surprised that I got 1 block off the map. That wasn't intentional, but it was, well, he's either going to die or I'm going to get him off the map, and he managed to live.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Yep. So go ahead and start studying up the research for next week, and then I'm going to get ahead of it and try to make 319 nice and good to go.
Patrick.
Yeah.
There are elephants next week.
No! Pachyderms! Olephants! I cannot wait. It's been so long. Hooray! Spoilers. All right, sir. Well, to anybody and everybody watching this after the fact, thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this so brief episode. This is probably one of our shortest episodes in a long, long time.
I'm sorry.
What? No! Nah! You always give a good fight. I appreciate that. And I'm not just saying that because I won the series and I'm making up blocks. I'm very happy about that, though. But take a moment, click that like and subscribe button, click the little notification bell, all the little algorithm things and doodads that everybody on YouTube that wants to be a content creator begs and pleads you to do, so please do that. And I'm putting our current supporters up there right now, so if you want to contribute to the channel, awesome, but don't feel obligated to do that. We do very much appreciate the monetary support that we get from our generous benefactors. And yeah, don't forget to leave your comments down there at the bottom. I forgot the comment section. That's the most important part because that's where our regulars opine, and we love to see that. So with that, sir, I will bid you a fond farewell. Have a great week, and we'll see you here next week.
Good night.
Good night.